We're going to look at factoring quadratics. So, a quadratic equation is an equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. So, in a quadratic equation, the highest power of the variable, look at the x over here, is 2. The power of this here is 1 and here is a constant. So remember that a, b, and c are elements of the real numbers, meaning a, b, and c could be any numbers. So let's say we have a quadratic x squared plus 5x plus 6. So to factor a quadratic, the first thing that we do, put down 2 brackets. We're looking at the first term, or the x squared term, and we ask ourselves, what multiplied by what would give us x squared? So that is x by x. We're looking at the constant and we ask ourselves, what multiplied by what would give us 6? So there's a few combinations. 1, 6, let's write it. 1, 6, 2, 3, 3, 2, 6, 1. We can pick this. We can pick this. We will see why out of these combinations of multiples of 6, what 2 numbers would multiply would give you 6, why we would pick these 2. So let's go with 2 and 3. So positive 2 plus 3, meaning 2 multiplied by 3 would give us 6, and x multiplied by x would give us x squared. So how would we know that we are correct in factoring this quadratic? There's a test. So let's call this term in the first bracket the first term. Let's call this the last term. Let's call this the second term. Let's call this the third term. Number don't put 3. Let's put t. Third term. So the product of the first and the last term plus the product of the second and the third term must be equals to this middle term in the original quadratic. So let's test that. X multiplied by 3 plus 2 multiplied by x would give us 3x plus 2x. X by 3 is the same as 3 by x. 2 by x, 2x, which gives us 5x. Hence, this quadratic, the factors of the quadratic, or when the quadratic has been factored, could be written as x plus 2 and x plus 3. How do we know that we have factored this correctly? We can just expand out back the factors. So let's expand. So x multiplied by x multiplied by 3. So we would get x squared plus 3x. Now 2 multiplied by x, 2 multiplied by 3, plus 2x plus 6. So we get back. So this here is the test. We got back the original quadratic. So our factors are correct. So when we have factored a quadratic equation, so x plus 2, x plus 3, it is easy to solve the quadratic or to get the roots of the equation. So you just, when you factor the quadratic, you just put it equals to 0. You look at the first bracket and you see x plus 3 is equals to 0. Therefore, x is equals to minus 3. And you look at the second bracket, x plus 3. Oh, sorry, this was x plus 2. Let me erase this. I've made this worse. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So x plus 2, looking at the first bracket, you would get x is equals to minus 2. Looking at the second bracket, x plus 3 is equals to 0, so therefore x is equals to minus 3. So these are the roots of the quadratic, meaning graphically the quadratic would look something like this. Something like this. So this point of intersection would be minus 3. This is not drawn to scale. This is just to show graphically when you solve a quadratic, you're actually finding the points of intersection of the quadratic with the x-axis. And here would be minus 2. So in the next video, we would look at maximum and minimum of quadratics.